In this video, I kind of wanted to take some time to talk about like people that struggle with battling or fighting the thoughts of what you think other people think about you. So like what I mean is like what your brother might think of you, what your cousin might think of you, what your dad might think of you. Um, I want to touch into that, and I want to touch into having confidence within yourself, because I think it's so important, especially in today's day and age, whether you do sports or really anything. Confidence is really everything, but also having humility right next to that. I think that is something that you either have or you don't. I think it's really hard one way or the other. I think there's a lot of people that have a lot of confidence but not a lot of humility. I think there's the people that have a lot of humility and not a lot of confidence. So if you can find yourself with both of those, I think you're in a really good spot. So I kind of wanted to touch on both. Excuse me. So to start with the opinions of others, this was a really touchy subject to me growing up. I cared a lot, coming from having four older siblings and kind of being left at the bottom. And you're looking up to all your siblings, and you kind of if you're a younger brother or sister, you can relate to this, but looking up to your siblings and your parents, if your friends are older too, because you're friends with your brother's friends, you can really care what they think, which causes you to walk on eggshells. It causes you to be really hard on yourself. I've always been really hard on myself. I've always had my expectations like way up here for myself, and I've always been really hard on myself when I fail. Throughout my whole teenage years, really, it's helped me. It's honestly, I'm glad that it happened, but there was like a fork in the road. I had one or two choices to make in the situation growing up. I could live in that the rest of my life. I could let it bother me really bad, and I could keep trying to live up for the approval of others, or I could just start to do things for myself, and solely for myself, for me, nobody else but me. And once I kind of realized that, and God gave me that wisdom, it was a no-brainer. But when we're really caught up in that situation of struggle and doubt and fear and feeling alone, it feels easier to gravitate to trying to win the approval of others. The day you stop chasing that and you just have this quiet confidence to you is the day that you learn and you become just so much of a greater vessel of yourself, just a better version of yourself. I think that's one of the first steps. I talk about this a lot when it comes to sports or even basketball, which is something I'm very heavily in and passionate about. It's something I still struggle with, but I've actually came a long way with, is struggling on caring like what people think. Like if I missed a shot or I got blocked, stuff like that. I got blocked a lot as a kid because I played with older people, and I was younger. I got blocked a lot. That destroyed my self-esteem. But it shaped me as I've gotten older, because now I don't care. I can get blocked, grab the ball, go back up and score. So it's about bouncing back. It's that bounce back period. It's that you're not going to stop me kind of mindset. And I think that you see that in fighters a lot. You just got to go somewhere else in your head. You got to go somewhere else in your mind. And it's hard to do. It's because it's an emotional reaction that's almost involuntary, that you got to like flip a switch really quick in your mind. And this takes a lot of reflection. This takes a lot of failing and then reflecting. Something that I found to help myself a lot is to walk away from situations. Like say someone like really really upsets you, kind of look like, just be like, I gotta walk away. Either you say that or you just literally walk away. You gotta walk away. Like, give it a little while, and don't say anything just impulsively or emotionally. That was something I did really badly, and when I actually like take the time to walk away from a situation now, the amount of trouble I've saved, even the amount of trouble I've saved from not saying something I didn't mean. And I think that's something that just comes with time. You gain that wisdom. But anyways, yeah, confidence, just even within sports and life and your job, like just not caring. And I know it's so much easier said than not caring what people have to say about you or what people think. Because at the end of the day, you go home and you are the only one there for you. Nobody cares about you. Like, outside of your family and friends, maybe. Like, nobody cares about you. Something that's took me a long way, like, and again, I'll give another basketball example. Like, when you leave that game, nobody's going to be fixated on how you missed a shot or the 2 shots or when you got blocked. They're so focused on their own failures, they're not worried about yours. So it's just something to carry with you and to remember that nobody's going to remember this the next day. Nobody's going to remember that I got freaking swatted off the backboard tomorrow. Nobody. Who cares? So it's about being able to snap back and bounce back, like within those 1 to 2 second time frames, and to allow yourself to be emotional, but to be controlled emotionally. Okay. So yeah, just having confidence within yourself, but also being humble. Okay. Something that I really enjoy about myself is that I can walk onto a basketball court very confident. I'm very quiet. I don't speak. I'm not vocal. I don't brag. I don't boast. But I know my capabilities. And instead of talking about it, I like to show it. Okay? So just being humble about it. Like knowing within yourself, like, that you can do it. Like, don't let somebody tell you can't. Especially somebody on the opposing team. Don't let them talk down to you. Okay? Because that's all a mental game at the end of the day. A lot of things in life is mental. If you can just get over that and you can build somebody that can just walk in the face of adversity, you'll go so far in life. So yeah, just being confident, and having humility for people, okay? And then not caring what people think. And it's something that really takes a long time to work on. It's not something that's easy, okay? It takes a lot of time alone. It takes a lot of reflection. It takes a lot of failing. Failure is the best thing, okay? Learning and realizing how you could have reacted better in a certain situation. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions and thoughts, though. If you have one, please feel free to drop it. But yeah, it starts with building confidence in yourself. And you can't expect to have confidence if you don't do things to build yourself up. AKA working out and taking care of yourself and becoming wiser and failing. And because if you don't have the wisdom to, let's say, shoot a basketball, or not the wisdom, but the physicality or, the mentality to shoot a basketball, obviously you're not going to be confident in that. So don't expect to be confident into something you don't have no experience in. Kind of confidence I'm talking about, at least, is a confidence just with everyday life, especially with your job, with your family, with your friends, your relationship. Like, just be confident. And again, I know it's easier said than done, but put in the necessary work and time to become very confident, but also humble. Okay, you please don't be that person that's so arrogant and so overly confident, that everybody feels like they need to suck up to you or have humility for you. That's what I see a lot, especially in the court. You have somebody that's really good, and all the people that don't have confidence in themselves want to praise the person that's so good because they can't praise themselves. And I'm not saying that you should praise yourself, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Be proud of yourself. Be happy. Like, if you have the confidence to do something, do it. And don't let anybody's opinion affect or bother or interrupt your thought process. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. We all mess up. We're all capable of making mistakes, and we're all capable of doing great things. So why limit yourself because of somebody else's thoughts or feelings towards you? You shouldn't. I hope this video helped, and comment down more things you guys want me to talk on.